We'll start with the prayers. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying Tattvabodha text by Shankaracharya. And this is a preliminary text as informed to you before. This text is extremely important for seekers who want to be in the spiritual path for a long time. Suppose you decide, I want to learn the Bhagavad Gita, I want to learn Upanishads. Then the first text you should do is Tattvabodha. Without doing this text, if you go directly to Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads, the chances are you will not understand the text as it should be understood. So, Tattvabodha is a concise summary of what you will learn in Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. As I said before, this text consists of 38 verses. And these 38 verses are divided into 5 topics. And the first topic is what we are doing now, Sadhana Chatushtayam. This goes from verse number 1 to 13. The next topic is Vyashti Vichara. Who am I? Topic is Samashti Vichara. What is this world? The fourth topic is there anything common between the world and me? Which is called as Aikya Vichara. And the last topic is the benefit of studying Tattvabodha and other texts. So, with this brief background, I will go back to where we stopped last week. And that is this particular slide. We have studied 2 sharirams. When Shankaracharya discusses the human nature, he says that we all have got 3 sharirams. Sthula shariram, the gross body. Sukshma shariram, the subtle body called the mind. And Karana shariram, which is called as causal body. We are now studying what is Karana shariram. Karana shariram means it is a very, very deeper aspect of our own self, which we don't know at all because it is not visible to us. See, the body is visible. Mind is not visible, but mind is felt by us. But there is something you can feel, and that is called as Karana shariram. What is the definition of this Karana shariram? Karana shariram means it is the root cause. It is the root cause for the birth of this body. So before the birth of this body, this Karana shariram exists. And that is what is transformed as the body. So body is a product, it is the effect. The cause is Karana shariram. Tree is a product. Seed is the cause. So there is a cause for this universe and there is a cause for the individual body. Both this, one is called as Karana Shariram, that means the causal body, and then total is called as Karana Prapancha. Prapancha means the totality of all the Karana Sharirams put together is this totality. They say that this Karana Shariram is beginningless because it is a cause. It doesn't have a beginning. Every product will have a beginning. A pot will have a beginning, but clay is causeless. So it is called as Anadi Karana Shariram. And a technical name is given to this causal body, and that name is called as Mula Avidya. And in short, we call it Avidya. So what is Mula Avidya? Mula Vidya means I don't know that I am Atma, which is beyond Karana Sharira. So Karana Shariram is there, but there is something beyond that also. That is what the Upanishads and that Bhagavad Gita teaches us. This Karana Shariram also is given other names. So whenever you get these other names, you should not wonder what is this which I am studying. So other name, this Karana Shariram is called as Maya, Prakriti. Prakriti means nature, the Shakti, the power in this universe to create things. The power in this universe which is creating this body. Avyaktam. Avyaktam means is unmanifest. Another word is Shakti. Another word is Mula Avidya. So this causeless cause Shariram is called as Karana Shariram. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a very famous verse in the 13th chapter where Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna the nature of this body. Prakritim purusham chaiva kshetram kshetrajñamev cha etat veditum ichchami jnanam jneyam cha keshava idam shariram kaunteya kshetramithya vidhiyate etat yogititam prahuhu kshetrajñam iti tatvidah. So Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, and Arjuna is teaching Krishna. Krishna is teaching Arjuna, and Arjuna is asking this question. What is the question he is asking? I want to know about Prakriti. I want to know the Purusha. There is an enjoyer in this body, and there is a nature which causes the body. Can you teach me this? What he is asking is Karana Sharira. That is what sense of this verse is. So Karana Shariram is like the cell, the smallest portion which we know in the body. It is the seed. Now, it is called as Anirvachaniya, another word. Anirvachaniya means it cannot be described. What cannot be described? We don't know whether this Karana Shariram exists or Karana Shariram doesn't exist. Whatever we exist, we can say it is That means it is manifest. So anirvachaniyam is another technical word which we say about, when we talk about causal body, it is another word. Another word which is used is mithya. Mithya means it is neither existent nor non-existent, but it is seemingly existent. Now, these are all things which you are slowly getting used to. You may find it very abstract at this stage, but this is the way Veda teaches us about Atma. What does Veda say about Atma, which is my real nature? It says Atma is Satyam. Satyam means there before the birth of the body. It is there now while I am experiencing the body. It will be there after the death of. In Kathopanishad, the student asks the question to the teacher, is there after death? The answer to that question is yes, there is Atma which exists after death of the body. Suppose you come to know that Atma while you are living, then what will happen to you? Then you will say, I am deathless. Because I know there is something before the birth of the body. I know something which is after the death of the body. Body is just an intermediary stage. This intermediary stage is called as anatma, anirvachaniyam, mithya, seemingly existent category. The more in some advanced texts, we will learn a little bit more about this maya or anirvachaniya mithya. So before creation and after dissolution, there was no sukshma shariram or sthula shariram. There was only karana shariram. Before creation of the whole universe, still the Veda says there was something which was there. It is called as karana shariram. Potential condition of the body and a potential condition of the universe. So, Karana Shariram, where does the Sthula Shariram dissolve into? It dissolves into the subtle body. The subtle body dissolves into the causal. When we are asleep, where are we? What is my locus when I'm sleeping? You never ask this question. Until and unless you come to Vedanta, then only you will ask this question, who was I, where was I in sleep? You will say, I was there in the bed. Are you lying in the bed? You means here Atma, our deepest nature. Body is lying, no doubt. The gross body is lying in the bed. But then what they say is that Sukshma Shariram has merged with the Karana Shariram, and Karana Shariram is where we are resting in sleep. And in that state, there is Advaitam. There is total ignorance in the sleep state. So, Karana Shariram is where I am resting in the sleep state, and in that state, there is total ignorance. Ignorance about myself and ignorance about the whole universe. So, Sthula Shariram is this body, gross body. Sukshma Shariram is different than the gross body. It is called as subtle body. Subtle body is difficult to understand because it is not gross. And it continues from Janma to Janma. That means my mind will travel after death of the body to take up another body. But suppose I come to know I am Atma, then the Veda says your three sharirams will be left in this universe. They will all merge in the totality. So, Karana Shariram goes from one Srishti to Srishti. Even during Pralayam, when the whole universe is dissolved, this Karana Shariram is always there. This causal body is the subtlest in creation in the matter principle. The Atma is not matter, it is non-matter. It is the spiritual essence. It is very difficult to understand. It is called as the seed form for the gross body and the subtle body. The nearest experience, suppose you want to know, can you tell me how can I experience this Karana Sharira? Then the Veda says, in your waking state, try to imagine your state when you are sleeping. The sleep state is the seed state, a potential dormant state. That is what you are. And unless you come to Vedanta, you will never ever think about this. So this is a great benefit for us, and you must keep this knowledge throughout your study, the spiritual study. As you study more and more, this causal body also, its nature, it will become more and more clear to you. So, a wise person who has gone through the Upanishads and the Veda, Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita, he drops all these three sharirams and he claims himself to be the Atma while living. Atma is invisible, but it is immortal. And it is the inner essence of all of us. That essence, Atma, never dies. They say that this Atma is the sakshi of this Karana Sharira. It is the witness of this causal body. So who am I? I am Atma. This Atma is different than than the three bodies, and it exists in three periods of time: past, present, and future. And it is the inner essence of my own self. Are you getting it slowly? Because this is the way we have to know our real nature. So this finishes the first portion of the definition of Atma. Atma is different than the three sharirams: gross, subtle, causal. That is what we have finished in the 12th verse. Now we are going into the second definition of Atma. What is the second definition of Atma? The second definition is, it is different than the three states of experiences. This is a very interesting portion. And if you understand this portion, in Tattvabodha itself, you will have a lot of joy, and you will also have a lot of benefits when you study Upanishads, like Mandukya Upanishad. 225 verses are based on this 13th verse in Mandukya Upanishad. One verse of Tattvabodha, 200 verses are written on this verse. The whole Upanishad discusses one verse of Tattvabodha. Let us now listen to this verse.
Avastatrayam kim अवस्थात्रयं किं जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्त्यवस्थाः सुषुप्त्यवस्थाः.
Very simple. What is this? Three states which we experience. All human beings, they experience three states of the mind. Not the three states of Atma. Atma is the same, changeless in nature. It is called as sakshi. It is called as witness of the three states. What are the three states? First is called as the waking state. The second is called as dream state. And the third is called as the sleep state. So slowly I have to understand the three states and then realize or understand that I am not any of the three states which belong to the mind. Again and again, you must remember it is the mind which gives us the experience of the three states. And Atma is asangaha. Asangaha means what? It is unconnected with it. In its presence, the mind goes into three conditions. We will study what are the three conditions now.
जाग्रद अवस्था का श्रोत्रादिज्ञानेन्द्रियैः शब्दादिविषयैश्च ज्ञायते इति या सा जाग्रदवस्था स्थूलशरीराभिमानी आत्मा विश्व इत्युच्यते.
So what is this waking state? It is experience born out of interaction between the sense organs and the sense objects. See how beautiful this definition is. The sense organs in the body, they are interacting with the sense objects in the universe. And that interaction is called as Jagrat Avastha or waking state. Now, what are the sense organs which are acting? Jnanendriyas, the knowledge, the sense organs of knowledge. Our eyes, ears, all these are open and they're all activated. And so when my eyes are open in the waking state, what do I see? I see form. Rupaha. When my ears are there awake, what do? They listen to the sound. So it is the indriyam, which is the subtle body, together with the gross instrument called as the eyes, ears, and all that, they are able to experience the five sense objects: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. What are the sense objects? Shabdaha, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Shabda means sound, sparsha means rupa means form or color, rasa means taste, gandha means. So the five sense objects are there in the world, and there are five sense organs. They both interact, and that is called as the world. That is called as Jagat. What happens in deep sleep state? The five sense organs are resolved. I don't listen to any radio or music or anything in my sleep state. In the dream state, my sense organs and are closed, but still I dream. But that is a different world. So waking state is consists of the five sense objects and the five sense organs. And what do they lead? They lead to a series of pleasure and pain. So in the interaction between the two, the end result is I am happy or I am sad. I am worried about the future. I was worried about the past. So all this is all thoughts. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya. These are all emotions. Kama means desire. Krodha means anger. Lobha means greed. Moha means delusion. Matsarya means jealousy. These are all emotions in the mind. All these are experienced when the mind is awake and it is going through the sense organs outside in the world. Then these emotions rise in me. In the sleep state, there is no emotion. Try to understand there is a difference between the sleep state and the waking state. So in the sleep state, I withdraw from all the sense organs. So there is some factor in us which is called as Atma, which is able to identify with the gross body in the waking state and experience the waking world. That is the essence of the waking state. In the sleep state, it is a different experience. When we go to the sleep state, I will explain to you. Right now, we are only talking about the waking state. So in the waking state, the Veda gives me a name for the entire waker. That name is Vishwa. Vishwa means it is for both male and female. It's a common name. So in the waking state, all of us are called as Vishwa. We are all wakers. There is a uniform experience for all of us. Uniform. All of us are experiencing the same world. But our minds are different. Minds are different, therefore we experience different things. Our interaction with the world produces different things because of the nature, which is of mind, is different. So in the sleep state, I don't experience the external world. In the waking state, I experience the external world. In the dream state, it is a totally different world which is formed out of vasanas. Now let us understand the dream state. What is the dream state?
स्वप्नावस्थाकेति स्वप्नावस्थाकेति चेत् जाग्रदवस्थायां यद्दृष्टं यच्छ्रुतं तज्जनितवासनया निद्रासमये यः प्रपञ्चः प्रतीयते सा स्वप्नावस्था सा स्वप्नावस्था सूक्ष्मशरीराभिमानी सूक्ष्मशरीराभिमानी आत्मा तैजस आत्मा तैजस इत्युच्यते इत्युच्यते.
To understand the dream state, you should understand what is vasana. Vasana means in this world of waking state, there are some experiences which make a deep impression in me. It could be a movie which you have seen, it could be a philosopher whom you have met, it could be uh, anything. It can be an object or a being. And daily this happens. Daily we are taking a lot of stimuli from the world. 99% of the stimuli, they just go away. 1% of the stimuli makes a huge impact in my mind. And that impact which gets registered in our subconscious mind is called as vasana or samskara, impressions. Just to take an example, suppose you in your hand you take some flowers, rose, and you hold on to the rose petals and you do archana to the god. After half an hour, when you have done archana and you have dropped all the flowers in your worship, suppose you get up and then you take your palm near your nose, you will feel the smell of the roses. That is called as vasana. Leftover substratum which remains in your hand, flowers are not there now. But this is what is there in your hand when you drop everything. When I have dropped all my sthula experiences and I'm sleeping, in that sleep state, there are some impressions which are born, which come out, which are activated by Atma. Atma is the activator for the waking state and the dream state and the sleep state. It is the enlivening factor. So Atma enlivens this vasana, and then we experience a dream world. Dream world is not real. It is only an impression which you have got in your mind, which is left impressions. Either it can be from this Janma or it can be from the past Janma also. Many people, they come and tell me, I dream something which I have never felt in my life in this life at all. But still the dreams come. So when the body dies, the jiva carries with him this vasana. And he takes another body. Therefore, this explains the nature of geniuses who are genius in physics, in maths, in music, in dance, prodigies. So, when you see a 10-year-old chanting Bhagavad Gita 701 verses by heart without any looking at the book, 7-year-old boy, 10-year-old boy, and you are struggling with 2 verses and trying to by heart them, there must be a difference. And that difference is this Karana Shariram. This Karana Shariram gets activated and then it projects the dream world. This dream world is an imprint or an etching. Like you have in the olden days, there used to be a video cassette recorder and video cassette player. Video cassette player means you play in the waking state. And then recorder means you record the experiences in the waking state and replay them in the dream state. So in the waking state, it is a objective world for everybody. I also see the tree. My neighbor also sees a tree. It's an objective world in the waking state when my sense organs are looking at the universe. In the dream state, I am the only person watching the dream. So it is a subjective internal world. Try to understand the difference between waking state and the dream state. Very important, because these are if you learn the Tattvabodha very well at the beginning stage, when you go to Mandukya Upanishad, then that becomes very simple for you. Pratiyate in Sanskrit means experienced. Sometimes I see the future in dream. And that is also registered memory of the waking state. You have been thinking too much about the future. Oh, I'll be a great doctor one day. I will have hundreds of patients around me. I will be so happy. In the dream also, you become a doctor and you see yourself. So in dream, it's a tangible body, objects are there, interactions are there, pleasure, pain is also there. So it's very similar to the waking state. And in the dream state, I am given a name. The name is Taijasa. The dreamer is called as Taijasa. Do you remember what did we say? Waker. Waker is called Vishwa. These technical names are given in this Tattvabodha stage itself, so that when you come to Upanishads, you can remember, oh, it is the same what I learned in Tattvabodha. So the dreamer is given a name. Dreamer is also conscious being. Waker is a conscious being. Both are conscious being. And the consciousness which belongs to Atma gets transferred temporarily to this waker, dreamer, sleeper. Okay, so that is dream state. So what did we learn dream state? Dream state is nothing but it is a bunch of vasanas, impressions which are thrown out because of the Nidra Shakti. I have a power to sleep, therefore I get a dream. Suppose you don't have a power to sleep, you don't get a dream. All of us have it. Okay, so that is in short dream state. If you want to know more details of this waking state, dream state, sleep state, you have to study Mandukya Upanishad. We take on Sunday evenings. Tomorrow evening I'll have a class. Next is the sleep state.
अथ सुषुप्त्यवस्था का अहं किमपि न जानामि सुखेन मया निद्रानुभूयत इति सुषुप्त्यवस्था कारणशरीराभिमानी आत्मा प्राज्ञ इत्युच्यते.
So what is this sleep state? Sushupti avastha kaha. Very simple, very briefly, we will study what is the sleep state. So sleep state is neither waking state or dream state. Waking state is like the radio. The dream state is like the record player, which I'm playing. Suppose you have recorded some music in your mobile and you're replaying it. That is what is dream state. Waking state is when you're directly listening to the radio in your mobile. First time you're listening. Sleep state is not the waking or dream. That is one of the definitions. Aham kimapi na janati. The second definition of sleep state is it is a state of total ignorance. That is why it is called as Maya, Maya Shakti. I don't experience anything, neither myself, neither the world. I have no reactions also. I'm never angry in my sleep. Has anybody told you or became very angry in sleep? No. In dream, it's possible. In waking, it's possible, but not in deep sleep. Sukhena asti. I am very happy. So it is a state experience of sleep, experience of peaceful state, happiness state, and also a state of ignorance. Very peculiar thing. Why does it happen? Because the mind is resolved. When the mind is resolved, I feel very happy. That is why even in the waking state, we try to reduce the number of thoughts by doing japa or by listening to some music, reduce our own thoughts. Whenever you reduce your own thoughts, you feel happy. Suppose you have a lot of agitations in your mind. You're always worried. And sleep state, there is no thought at all. I don't know anything is the thought. So when you're identified with the gross physical body, you're called as Vishwadavekar. See, try to pay careful attention when you are identified. Atma is beyond identification. It is not the waker, dreamer, or sleeper. But in the presence of Atma, I experience the three states of the mind. Mind is aware of the physical body. It is called as Vishwa Vekar. Mind is aware of the dream state. It is called as Taijasa. Mind is gone to sleep. It is called as Prajna, deep sleep state. So normally, a person who doesn't come to Vedanta, he will never know Atma, which lies beyond the three states. He will say, I am Vakar. That means Vishwa. I was dreaming. I was dreamer. And then he will say, I was sleeper. So Vakar, dreamer, sleeper together is called as Pramata, experiencer. In the sleep state, I'm experiencing ignorance. Nothing is there. In the dream state, I'm experiencing the dream world. Only impressions born out of my Karana Sharira. In the waking state, I'm using the mind and sense organs and experiencing the external. I hope this is clear. It's quite simple. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit advanced nature of the mind. This comes in Kathopanishad. In Kathopanishad, the second chapter, second section, eighth mantra, Shankaracharya writes a brilliant commentary on the mantra. Try to get what I'm telling you now, try to grasp it because it's very, very, very deep science. Simple, you try to get it. What Shankaracharya says is, see, he's he has analyzed the human mind very, very deeply. What he says is, the mind has got two natures. One is it is an object, and the second nature is it is an instrument. When I am in the sleep state, the mind is an object. When I am in the dream state, the mind is an object. But when I am in this waking state, I am using the mind to see the world. So the mind becomes an instrument. When the mind is an instrument, it is instrument come object. Object, that means I can, even in my waking state, I can objectify my mind by knowing I have got these emotions and I've got this anger in me and all. We can. So it's an object when I'm objectifying my own emotions. When I'm seeing through the sense organs the world of form, color, sound, touch, smell, then the mind becomes an instrument. Waking state. Dream state is what? Mind is only an object. There is no, mind is not an instrument in the dream state. Who am I? I am the consciousness Atma, which is witnessing the mind in dream state. Suppose you want to know who am I? Shankaracharya says the Swapna state is the best state for you to remember who you are. Not that you have to go to Swapna. He says in the waking state, you just learn understand what happens to you in the dream state. Because the entire dream world is nothing but the mind. So, mind becomes an object in dream. Only object. It is not an instrument. It is not it is not through the mind I'm seeing the dream world. It is the Atma which is illuminating the dream world. In the sleep state, what happens? Mind is neither an object, neither it is an instrument. It has resolved condition. That resolved condition of the mind is called the sleep state. And I am the one who is aware. I, the sakshi Atma, am aware of sleep state. That is why when I get up in the morning, I say, I had a good sleep. So, with reference to I can say I am a waker. With reference to the physical body, I am dreamer with reference to the mind, and I am a sleeper when there is no mind which is active. That I, which is relationless, doesn't have any contact at any time with the three states of the mind. That Atma, which is called as a revealer of the mind in the three states, is I in my pure nature. That is what that Atma is what Tattvabodha wants you to teach. I am not the mind which is an object or instrument. Try to think about that in your waking state. It is a very subtle thing which I'm teaching you. It's a brilliant composition by Shankaracharya in Kathopanishad commentary on that verse. That one verse can straight away make such an impact on you, and you can realize your Atma here and now. So without the medium of the three bodies, who am I? I am the pure consciousness awareness. I get three names when the bodies are seen. Physical body, Vishwa. Subtle body, Taijasa. Sleep body, causal body, Prajna. Like for example, in front of a wife, I become a husband. In front of my daughter, I become a father. In front of my mother, I become a son. So, father, husband, son are all relative roles. They are relative identities. My real identity is I am Atma. I am none of these three. Veda wants us to say that I am Atma. I am neither the son of my parents. Atma is different than the bodies. It is different than the identities which I get, which is relative. Real nature is I am Atma, the pure consciousness. So, I hope this is clear. If it's not clear, you can put a question in the chat box. I'll try to explain again. So, the waker, dreamer, sleeper is with reference to a standpoint of either the gross body, subtle body, or the causal. These three states are very, very interesting and they are directly able to convey to me I am different than the three states. I am the illuminator of the three states. I am not connected with the three states, and that is my permanent nature. Okay? So we have studied Atma with reference to three sharirams. We have studied Atma with reference to three avasthas. Now we are going to study Atma with reference to pancha koshas. Let's look at the 14th verse.
पञ्चकोशाः के पञ्चकोशाः के अन्नमयः प्राणमयः अन्नमयः प्राणमयः मनोमयः विज्ञानमयः मनोमयः विज्ञानमयः आनन्दमयश्चेति आनन्दमयश्चेति.
Okay. See, these are the three prakriyas, methods of revelation of Atma. The first prakriya or method is I am not the three sharirams, gross body, subtle body, causal body. I am Atma. The second methodology prakriya is I am not the waker, dreamer, sleeper. I am the Atma. Now, I am not the five sheaths of personalities, but I am the content Atma. Now, let us see what are the five layers of my personality. The first personality, I'll just give you the names and then we'll go into the details. Annamaya kosha. Kosha means covering, encasement. Like you have a knife in a case. Knife has got a case. So the case is a covering, knife is the content. Similarly, body is the case. Gross body, Annamaya kosha, is a case in which Atma is there. Annamaya is the food sheet. Whatever we eat, all the idlis, dosas, and rice, and whatever what we eat, the essence of that becomes the body. It is a modification of food. We will see each kosha by kosha. Here I am only enumerating the five names. Pranamaya means the energy sheet. Prana, The inhalation, exhalation of the vayu which we do is called as pranamaya. Manomaya means it is the mental sheath, psychological, emotional personality. Vijnanamaya means intellectual sheath or the rational factor in us. Anandamaya means it is the bliss which I experience in the waking state or the dream state or the sleep state. The happiness which I experience is not the pranamaya or annamaya, it is the anandamaya. Like one nation has got different zones, different states, but all of them they belong to one country. Similarly, all the five koshas they belong to one individual Atma. How do I convert the three sharirams into five koshas? How to compare on a comparative mode? The Annamaya kosha is the gross body, sthula sharira. Very clear. Anandamaya kosha is the causal body, karana sharira. In between, there is pranamaya, manomaya, and vijnanamaya. They constitute the sukshma sharira. Sthula sharira means gross, sukshma means subtle. And the subtle body consists of what? The pranas, the mind, and the intellect. Now we will study each kosha by kosha. If you want to know the three states, which Upanishad you should study? Mandukya. If you want to know the five koshas in detail, which Upanishad you should study? Taittiriya Upanishad. If you want to study the three bodies, which Upanishad you should study? Chandogya Upanishad. Annamaya kosha is the gross body.
Annamaya kaha, Annamaya kaha, Annarasenaiva bhutva, Annarasenaiva bhutva, Annarasenaiva vriddhim prapya, अन्नरसेनैव वृद्धिं प्राप्य अन्नरूपपृथिव्याम् यद्विलीयते तदन्नमयः कोशः स्थूलशरीरम्
So we have already said that Annamaya means the gross body which is born out of Annam. Annam means it is the food. A male body has got shukram, the seed. The female body has got an egg, shonitam. When they are connected, then a baby is formed. That is how the cells in the body are created. But then how do they get nourished and how do they grow? They grow because of the food which is eaten by the mother, and that food helps the baby to grow. The cells are formed because of the connection. Annarasa means it is the food which is the cause, which basically the food, the father eats food. He has got a seed. The mother eats the food. She has got the egg. So food is responsible for the birth of the body and for the growth of the body. Therefore, it is called as Anna Rasamaya. The nutrition which comes into the body, the energy which comes to the body is because of the food intake. Annam is the Srishti Karanam, Annam is the Sthiti Karanam. Srishti means creation of the baby. It remains also because of food. You eat food throughout 3 times a day. What happens? You are maintaining your body. So it is, body is called as Anna Vikara. It is a modification of the food. That is the Annamaya Kosha, the external sheath, which covers what? First, it will cover the Pranamaya. Then the Pranamaya will have Manomaya. So we are going to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and ultimately we will say there is an Atma which is there inside all these koshas. The very content of all these koshas is Atma. Let's look at Pranamaya.
प्राणमयः कः प्राणमयः कः प्राणाद्या पञ्चवायवः प्राणाद्याः पञ्चवायवः वागादीन्द्रियपञ्चकम् वागादीन्द्रियः पञ्चकम् प्राणमयः कोशः प्राणमय कोशः.
Prana means the vital factor which gives energy to the body, means which gives the prana shakti. There is a power in the air which we breathe. There is a power. That air which we breathe, inhalation and exhalation, it goes the same vayu, air, gets subdivided into 5 parts according to the place where it goes. The prana in the lungs is it is called as prana. That means that's the mukhya prana, the main air which we breathe. It remains in the lungs, in the chest area. Apana, when the same prana goes in and settles down in the excretionary area, it is called as apana. So the prana in the apana level is responsible for excretion. Next is vyana. Prana, when we inhale, it goes through the veins to all the parts of the body. From the heart, it goes to the brain, from the brain up to the feet. And that is called as Vyana. Vyana means the circulation, blood circulation, energy circulation. Vyana is the circulatory system. Samana. In the stomach also there is an air which gives digestion, which causes digestion of food. Then the last one is called as Udana. Udana means reversing, vomiting. Udana means there are two natures of Udana. One meaning of Udana is reversal process. Suppose you have had poisoning. You want to throw it out. That is called as Udana. Another function of Udana is when the jiva wants to leave this body, that Shakti which comes for the jiva to push out the mind and the sense organs is called as Udana. They say this Udana is in the throat area. Okay, so one prana, when it gets divided into 5-fold, then the same prana gets different names. So Annamaya is the anatomical part, Pranamaya is the physiological maintenance of the body. Annamaya is present in a dead body also. Pranamaya has left the dead body. Therefore, the body becomes dead. So, Pranamaya is clear, very simple. It consists of the respiratory system. It consists of the digestive system, circulatory system. It consists of the maintenance system. Entire physical structure is maintained only because of prana. And they also say our hunger is caused by prana, our thirst is caused by prana. Hunger and thirst is because of the prana tattvam in the body. Hunger because we are digesting the food. Once the food is digested, you are hungry again. Next is manomaya.
मनोमयः कोशः कः मनोमयः कोशः कः मनश्च मनश्च ज्ञानेन्द्रियपञ्चकं मिलित्वा ज्ञानेन्द्रियपञ्चकं मिलित्वा यो भवति स मनोमय कोशः स मनोमयः कोशः.
So, what is mind, manomaya kosha? The metal sheath, what is it? It is a sheath where we have desires and emotions. It is a sheath. So, it is different than the pranamaya, it is different than the annamaya. So, through the mind, you can imagine building castles. Oh, I will do this in the 10th year, 15th year, 50th year, 60th year. You are building thought process. Then the emotional side. You have a lot of passion to do things. You want to climb Mount Everest or you want to do so many things. Desires, some simple fancies. Keep on wishing for things. So mind plus 5 jnana indriyas is called as manomaya kosha. What is vijnanamaya kosha? The intellectual sheath.
ज्ञानमयः कः ज्ञानमयः कः बुद्धिज्ञानेन्द्रियपञ्चकं मिलित्वा बुद्धिज्ञानेन्द्रियपञ्चकं मिलित्वा यो भवति स विज्ञानमयः कोशः स विज्ञानमय कोशः.
So vijnanamaya kosha is the intellect sheath. We have studied before what is the intellect. Mind is the pendulum. It goes left to right, left to right. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Then vijnanamaya kosha is the buddhi, the rational intelligence, which can discriminate. If I go for this movie today, I will miss my class. So I will not go. So that's your intellect. Intellectual sheath is the discriminative power. Mind plus 5 jnana indriyas, the organs of knowledge, is the manomaya kosha. The intellect with the 5 jnana indriyas is the vijnanamaya koshas. The pranamaya kosha is the 10 organs. Kriya Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti. We all have 3 Shaktis in us, 3 powers. I want to learn about Atma. That is Vijnanamaya Shakti. I have so many desires in life. That is called as Manomaya Kosha, Ichha Shakti. The power desire. And then Kriya Shakti. I have got so much of energy. I can create so many things in life. So, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti, these are the three powers. All of us have it, but in different proportions. And all these three Shaktis are nothing but Sukshma Shariram. See, I told you earlier, Sukshma Shariram you have to divide into Prana, mind, and Buddhi. Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, and the last kosha is called as Anandamaya Kosha.
आनन्दमयः कः आनन्दमयः कः एवमेव एवमेव कारणशरीरभूत कारणशरीरभूत अविद्या अविद्या मलिनः सत्त्वं मलिनः सत्त्वं प्रियादिवृत्तिसहितं प्रियादिवृत्तिसहितं सत् आनन्दमयः कोशः सत् आनन्दमयः कोशः एतत् कोशपञ्चकम् एतत् कोशपञ्चकम्.
So, Anandamaya Kosha is in the form of causal. And it has got three types in it. We will study the three types, the three levels of Anandamaya. Anandamaya means it is called as bliss sheath. Another name for Anandamaya is bliss sheath. Another name is ignorance state. You see, you can either call it negatively as ignorance or you can call it positively as bliss. And it is my own experience. That means I can relate to that Ananda as myself. But no, Ananda is only a kosha. It is a covering. So in deep sleep state, it is this Anandamaya kosha which is experienced and it is called as Karana Sharira. It is of the nature of Karana Sharira, causal nature. Either ignorance or complete relief from tensions, stress, worries. It is when you don't have worry, it's called as Ananda. In sleep, I have got Ajnanam. Ajnanam means ignorance about my real nature. At the same time, I have got experience of happiness also. That happiness is not a real happiness. It is just a reflection of that Atma only. And what are the degrees of happiness which we experience? These are all experiential Ananda. There is another Ananda which is called as Atma Ananda. That is the real Ananda, which is not subjective. It is not with reference to any medium. It doesn't depend on mind or body or ignorance or anything. It is the real nature of mind where I alone am. That is Atmananda. Here, when we say we are talking about Anandamaya Kosha, which can be in three different layers: Priya, Moda, Moda. What is Priya? Suppose I see the dear object. Suppose I like my son, I see him coming out of the plane in the airport. That is called as Priya. Moda means he's coming nearer to me. I'm feeling more and more joy. It is called as Darshana Sukham. The Darshana Sukham is the Priya. Now the Priya has become Moda. Moda means that person is coming towards, my joy is bubbling in me. Pramoda means that object I have enveloped myself with the object. Anubhava Sukham. I have embraced my son in the airport. Ah, wow, I'm meeting him after 20 years. So, our it can be, this is just an example. You can even take it, you can take a dish. Suppose you see a dish in the hotel, you can have priya towards it. Just seeing, you go very near the dish, you're about to buy that dish. Moda. Pramoda is when the laddu is there in your mouth. It is called as pramoda. So, Priya, Moda, Pramoda, these are three different levels of happiness experienced by me. So, even in sleep, somebody, you wake up by yourself, it is called as sleep. Still, deeper sleep is someone tries to wake you up, shake you up, then you wake up. And the last is the deepest sleep where you don't wake up neither by yourself or by others. You are totally in bliss. So, Priya, Moda, Pramoda. Now, Ananda consists of Karana Shariram in the sleep state, causal body. Sthula Shariram is Annamaya, Sukshma Shariram is Prana, Mano and Vijnanamaya, Karana Shariram is Anandamaya. What is Atma? Atma is different from the three Sharirams, different than the three states, waking, dream and sleep, and it is different than the Pancha Koshas, five sheaths of personality. All these three bodies, the three states are called as Anatma. And I am called as Atma. Okay? Let us now look at the 15th verse. This will be probably the last verse. Yes.
Madiyam shariram, Madiyam shariram, Madiyah pranah, Madiyah pranah, Madiyam manascha, Madiyam manascha, Madiya buddhihi, Madiya buddhihi, Madiyam ajnanam, Madiyam ajnanam, iti svenaiva jnayate, iti svenaiva jnayate, tadyatha madiyatvena jnatam, tadyatha madiyatvena jnatam, Katakakundala grihadikam, Katakakundala grihadikam, Svasmad bhinnam, Svasmad bhinnam, Tatha panchakoshadikam, Tatha panchakoshadikam, Svasmad bhinnam, Svasmad bhinnam, Madiyatvena jnatam, Madiyatvena jnatam, Atmana bhavati, Atmana bhavati.
So now Shankaracharya concludes these three sharirams and three panchakoshas, and he says that all these are not me. For example, suppose I wear earrings, or the earrings is not me. That means the dresses I wear, the five koshas are the dresses. The three sharirams are my dresses. The three states are also another form of my dress only. They are not me. A car is meant for someone outside the car. It is not for the car itself, the car is there. The house is meant for somebody to live in a house. House is not meant for the house itself, nor for the constituents of the house. This Shankaracharya writes this commentary in Kathopanishad. And he says the house is not meant for the house. The entire material universe is not meant for the material world. It is meant for the spiritual self to come and live in the world. So the entire the body is meant for a dehi, the Atma, to come and live and enjoy the world and go back. That is the essence of this mantra. My car, my pen, my book, these are all mine. Similarly, my body. Therefore, what? Body is not me. House is not me. Mind is not me. Body is not me. Intellect is not me. The heart is not me. The pranas are not me. The waker is not me. That is what he brings here. So we drop the identification with these koshas or the bodies or the states, and then he asks the question, who am I? If body is not me, body is left here. Therefore, don't worry too much about the body. It come, it will go. Like, for example, you experience a waking state, then the body you see. In the sleep state, you don't see the body. So why are you so attached to the body? Shankaracharya's questioning is very simple. Why are you attached to your body so much? It will come, it just comes and goes. So all this is meant for someone different than the material world. This entire body, panchakoshas, everything is anatma according to Veda. The three sharirams, the panchakoshas, and the three avasthas are known to me. Who is that knower? Consciousness. That knower consciousness is my real nature. Okay, so this is how Shankaracharya writes a beautiful commentary on what is our real nature. It is not any of these material sheaths. Okay, so with this, I will stop today. I will start the nature of the self, a very beautiful section. I may have it next week or the following week. I'm traveling on Monday, so just watch out for my message on next week sometime. I will let you know whether I will be able to take the class on next Saturday. Otherwise, it will be the following Saturday. Okay. So we will start with this 155 slide and verse 16.1. When I come back, we will start with the nature of the self. Very beautiful section. And this is what ultimately we have to realize. See, we all come to study this Tattvabodha to learn something. So what have we learned now? We have learned that we are not the outside dresses which we are wearing, but there is a content. That content is called Sat-Chit Ananda. What is Sat, what is Chit, and what is Ananda, we will discuss in the 16th verse. Totally, there are 38 verses. So we are almost coming towards the middle of the text. So with this, I will close for today, and then we'll continue. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachade Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. Let me see any questions on the chat box. Manikandan has a question there. The question is, about sakshi. Witness requires to have memory function to record the waking, dream, and sleep state. Since Atma is not having any memory function, in mind's memory function is used to record these states of the mind. Tells the Atma is the witness of these three states. Correct. So, what Manikandan is saying is, Atma is not the mind. Atma is sakshi. Atma is called as sakshi, or the pure awareness consciousness. But that sakshi by itself will not know itself. Sakshi, witness consciousness, is pure. That is my real nature. That is what I was before the birth of the body. That is what I am while the body is there also. That is what I am. And after the death of the body also, I am the same Atma. So, Atma has not changed at all. Atma is changeless. Now, Atma requires to have memory function to record the waking, dream, and sleep. Now, this statement is wrong. Atma does not have memory. It doesn't have the memory function. In the presence of Atma, the mind recollects the swapna state. The mind recollects the previous memories. The mind recollects the sleep state. Atma is nirgunaha. It is attributeless. Pure consciousness. That is why, knowing this pure consciousness, I get immortality. I can say I am deathless. That is what Shankaracharya wants us all to understand. I am the deathless self. I am the deathless Atma. I am the pure Atma. There is nothing in me. In my presence, everything is going on. That is what Lord Krishna said in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He said, in my presence, the whole world is activated by me. So, memory is a function of the mind. Ahamkara, ego, is a function of the mind. In the waking state, I use one of the functions of the mind and say that is the memory. I bring the memory of my dream state. I say that dream state, I was there, mind was there, and I was there in what form? Not as the Stula Sharira. I was there as Atma. Atma and the mind. In the dream state, the mind is an object of Atma. Atma doesn't have memory. Mind has memory. And I'm using the memory in the waking state. I'm thinking, oh, yesterday I dreamt about my son. He was in London. He did so many things, beautiful things. He took me around. I bought so many things. I was so happy. So you're all dreaming about what you dreamt. In the waking state, you're taking out your memory, your power. Using the memory power, you are understanding what you were in the dreams. In the dreams, while you're using memory, what happens? You have forgotten about the waking state completely. You are only attached to that mind. It is very similar to what happened in your dream state. In this mantra of Kathopanishad 228, you will get very, very deep analysis of the mind. Complete analysis. Very, very deep analysis. What happens in the waking state? Mind is an instrument come object. In the dream state, mind is only an object. And in the sleep state, mind is neither an object, neither it is an instrument. It has resolved. In the resolved condition, who is there? I am there. I am the witness to the sleeping mind. resolved condition of the mind. And whenever the sense organs are activated, the mind is called as instrument. Same mind. It is an object when the instruments are sleeping. When the instruments like the eyes and ears are open, the same mind becomes an instrument. I'll give you an example. Spectacles. Normally, I take out my spectacles and I clean the spectacles. When I clean the spectacles, I remove the dust in it. It is an object. The moment I put it on and I start seeing what is there in the computer, I've forgotten I'm wearing a specs. The spectacles has become an instrument. It has become a part of me. So when the mind puts on the spectacles of the sense organs, it forgets its objective status, it becomes an instrument. Like I put my specs, I forget I'm wearing a specs. I keep on working. Even I have to list out what are the things in my room, I forget I have got a specs. I forget to count that. So similarly, mind, when what is the difference between an objective status of the mind and instrumental status of the mind? It is the sense organs which makes the difference. When I use the sense organs, mind becomes an instrument. When the sense organs have gone to sleep, mind becomes an object. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm putting on the specs of the mind. First, I put on the specs of the mind and then I start looking around. So as soon as I wake up, the mind becomes an instrument. Whenever the mind becomes an instrument, the subject Atma is lost. Atma is forgotten. The instrumental status overpowers the object status. Object status is also there in the waking state of the mind. What I'm discussing is a very subtle thing which Shankaracharya discusses in very big detail in Katho Upanishad Bhashya. I'm trying to bring that and connect it here with Tattvabodha so that we're able to differentiate what is the status of the mind as an object, clear object, because the mind is the whole dream state is nothing but the mind. And Shankaracharya says again and again, you think about your Swapna Avastha, what illumines that inert mind? Mind is generally is inert. We have studied in Tattvabodha, mind by itself is inert. What is the light in which I see the dream? That light is called as consciousness. That light is my real nature. The world which I see in that light is dream. The world which is seen in is called as mind. But the light which gets reflected in that mind is called as light of Atma. And that light is the pure light which is beyond the three sharirams, beyond the three koshas, five koshas, and beyond the three avasthas. With this example of the mind itself, you can arrive at the final Atma and say, this is Atma. Oh, brilliant. Another example, the sun and the moon. Moon on a dark night, the moon is, say, suppose you see a moon on Purnima night, you see the full moon. The light in the moon I am seeing, but does it belong to the moon or does it belong to the sun? It belongs to the sun. The sunlight gets reflected on the moon, and in my normal comments, I say the moonlight, the moon looks beautiful, but I forget there is a sun which reflects it. So similarly, in our dream state, we think that I'm dreaming, I'm a dreamer. In the waking state also, I feel I'm only a waker. But there is a lot of intricate things which happen inside us. Inside us, there is and that is what Shankaracharya is dissecting. And he says, this is you. Like the moonlight, your mind is the moonlight. You are watching the moonlight, watching the mind in dream, but the light belongs to the Atma, and that is what is called as a reflected consciousness. Consciousness by itself cannot be known. Without a medium called the mind and the world, you cannot know consciousness. But with the mind, analysis of the mind teaches me who I am. Now you can see it's this Tattvabodha is so deep. Good. I will. Manikandan, have you understood? Shanmugam will unmute you.
Thank you, Sakaji. Very excellent explanation. To see the mind as object and instrument really helped. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Good. I know this. Think about it. All of you, I've just given you a clue. Mind as an instrument, mind as an object. I am different than the instrument. I am different than the object. I am the witness of the object. I am the illuminator of the object. I am not the object, which is the mind. And distinguish between an objective mind and an instrumental mind. The moment I put on my sense organs dress, mind becomes an instrument. Through the sense organs, I see the world. So the world is existing or not existing? World is existing as long as my mind is there. If the mind is not there, the world is not there. Which is exactly what everybody experiences in sleep. So now you can understand the nature of the world and the nature of my own mind, and I, the Atma, which I am beyond the mind and the world. As long as I see the world, I say there is an Ishvara, there is a God who has created the world. But he has created a world which is available for experience, but factually the world is seeming. It is a seeming world for the exhaustion of prarabdha karma. Anyway, this you will understand as when we study of karma. Okay. Thank you. I think there are two people who have raised the question. Shama, you go ahead first.
Hari Om Shekharji. Thank you so much. Just a couple of questions, clarification. So, these Karana Sharira Abhimani, Stula Sharira Abhimani, this Shabda, this word Abhimani, it doesn't necessarily indicate a pride. It just indicates an identification.
Yes. You see, Abhimanam has got two meanings.
Yeah, that's why.
One meaning is a normal Abhimanam. He's got Abhimanam. He's got pride. That is one. That is called as Vachyartha. It is a common meaning.
Correct.
But Abhimani is a technical word in Sanskrit in Vedanta. In Vedanta, it is a technical word. It is not Abhimanam like we use. He's got a lot of ego in him and he thinks too great of himself. It's not that. Abhimani means that mind plus Atma together, they are identifying with the physical body or the subtle body or the causal body, and then that is called as Abhimani.
So it's the identification. Here, the meaning. Okay.
Identification with the three bodies is called as Abhimani. It is the ego. Abhimani is the ego in us.
Correct. So, and one of the hardest thing, obviously, is getting delinking of the Sukshma Sharira Abhimani. It's the mind and its subtle features. That's delinking because there that objective and instrumental, it's a very small, it's a blur, whether it's an instrument or whether it's an object to be seen by the Anandamaya kosha. For the Anandamaya kosha, this will obviously become an objective, isn't it? Which happens during the sleep state.
Okay. When you're studying this objective status, you always remember that I am Atma witnessing the mind. That's all.
Mhm.
Whenever the Atma is witnessing the mind alone,
Mm.
it is called as objective status of the mind.
Correct. So in that case, the Sukshma Sharira is the objective state.
Sukshma Sharira is objective, but not Karana Shariram. Karana Shariram, suppose you say Karana Shariram is also a vritti. Suppose you say, in some text, advanced text, they say Shariram, it is a vritti.
Correct.
Vritti means it is a thought. The thought is, I don't know anything. It is a single thought which is running throughout your mind in the sleep state. Suppose you take that thought, then it becomes an object.
Correct.
Suppose
So,
you don't take it as thought, suppose you take it as a tamasic guna. That tamasic guna of the mind is also witnessed by consciousness. Okay, so the state of mind in which there is the mind itself becomes blank. You can call that as an object. The sleep state also, you can call it as an object state of the mind. But it is not like the object state with the vritti, with a thought which is there in dream state.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. And then next this thing is about whether, when we are looking at the whole thing, whether the koshas, say Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, and these become part of the Sthula Sharira? Would these two get combined into Sthula Sharira?
Yeah, Annamaya is Sthula Shariram.
Pranamaya?
Pranamaya is Sukshma Shariram. It is not part of Sthula.
Oh, it's part of Sukshma.
Yes, Prana is a part of Sukshma Shariram. Manaha is part of Sukshma Shariram. Vijnanam is a part of Sukshma Shariram. So all these three Sharirams are nothing but it is the
Sukshma Sharira.
It is a Sukshma Sharira.
And it's the internal, the Anandamaya Kosha will be the
is the Karana Sharira.
Correct. Thank
so
you.
Sthula is Annamaya, Anandamaya is Karana Shariram. In between, the three are Sukshma Sharira.
Perfect. And then my last question is about, you've said about the Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and there's a third is Gnana Shakti. And Shakti Puja, this obviously comes up quite a bit of it. But here, is it part of Sankalpa or the will? Or what is it? This Shakti. Is it, it's the willpower which constantly eludes me. Where is the location of the will? One is Ichha, I desire something, so therefore I think I want to do something. That becomes a Sankalpa. It's a kind of a sequence, isn't it?
Okay. See, these three are called as Shakti.
All three.
All three. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti.
It would be which one? Ichha Shakti?
Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. First is Jnana Shakti.
That's what
unless I know something, then only I will desire something.
Okay, correct. Yeah, that sequence.
So, Jnana Shakti is first. Second is Ichha Shakti. Once I have a desire, then I will do Kriya. So, Kriya Shakti is the third Shakti. Jnana Shakti is the first one, Ichha Shakti is the second one, and the Kriya Shakti is the third one. All these three Shaktis together is called as Maya. It is, we don't know where, it is Maya. Maya means it is there, and it is potentially, it is there.
Doesn't it help to become a sankalpa? You know, the
No, it is
willpower.
not a
I want
sankalpa.
to do. I
Sankalpa means
want to
thought.
do this.
No, sankalpa means thought. The moment you say sankalpa, it becomes something which is visible to me. It is known to me. Shakti is not known. It is there. It is unknown. You see, it is neither known to you or to me. For example, I have a speaking ability. You have a hearing ability. Now it is a Shakti.
Mhm.
Shakti,
Okay.
you cannot describe it.
So, what is this then? In our Vedantic terms, what is willpower? Is it sankalpa? What is it?
Willpower is sankalpa.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to check.
Willpower is
Which is
sankalpa.
which is
Correct.
nothing a part of the Shaktis. No.
No, no, no. Willpower is a part of that. It is a part of the Shakti itself. You can put it as Jnana Shakti also. You can put it as Ichha Shakti, or unless you have a willpower, you will not desire something.
So, what helps with the willpower, the sankalpa or the willpower? What are the factors in the study from the Tattvabodha as to how does the willpower become very solidified?
Willpower has got to do with the intellectual Vijnanamaya kosha.
Okay, it's a function of the Vijnanamaya
Correct.
kosha.
It is a function of the willpower, is a function of the Vijnanamaya kosha. The karta bhokta in me is the will.
Okay, okay, okay. And what is the reference which you were telling about the Kathopanishad? You know,
2 to 8. Second chapter, second section, eighth mantra.
228. Okay,
Yeah, 2
228.
to 8. It's a
Okay.
second chapter, second section, eighth mantra. I was writing the commentary of that mantra in the morning, so I just remembered to tell you
228.
2 to 8,
228.
where he talks about the objective mind and the instrumental mind.
Fascinating.
And Shankaracharya says that the to know your nature as Atma, study your dream state. Study your dream state again and again. In the dream state, the mind is an object, and you are the witness of that mind. There is a seer of the mind in the dream state.
Hmm.
That witness continues in the waking state also, but it becomes unnoticed because the instrumental status overwhelms the objective status.
Mhm.
The world is in front of me, so the instrument called the mind, the instrumental status of the mind overpowers the objective status, and I lose control of the sakshi.
Right. Thank you, Shekharji.
Thank you. Next is Hanuman. Go ahead. Yeah, Hanuman.
No, sir. No, sir, Guruji. Uh, I have one thing, two questions. Uh, Guruji, like, see, from the time we wake up till we go to sleep, right? So many thoughts will be popping up in our mind. So it's like, it's all a, it's all a planned, or it's randomly coming, or we are, the karma is already planned, or is that the one which we will be planned and doing the things? How is it?
Okay, just wait for the end portion of Tattvabodha. I'm going to discuss the law of karma. Okay, just wait till the end portion. The entire law of karma will be very clear when I explain to you about our whole experiences in life. All experiences in life are because of the law of karma. All what we experienced in the past is because of prarabdha karma. Whatever I've experienced till yesterday, till this last second, some karma is there. Therefore, I see when we wake up in the morning, we immediately start, our mind becomes active. Now, that mind, which becomes a conscious mind, is throwing up thoughts after thoughts. Which thought will come, which world I will experience, that is all due to past karma, according to the scriptures. Scriptures say all our experiences in life is because of our means what? Because of the mind which has gone and experienced different bodies, different worlds at different times. Our dream is not only because of this body's experience, our dream is also because our mind has experienced in the previous janmas also some things. That also comes sometimes in the I have never thought about it in my current life at all, but still I have some dreams. So that is one of the way of fructification of karma phalam. The entire experiences is nothing but fructification of karma phala. It is the fruit which I am experiencing of the past karmas. That's all. That is, as in simple, is my life's experiences. See, we have good experiences, we have bad experiences, we have mixed experiences. So good, bad, mixed experiences is all karma phalams only. But what I should do? I should say these karma phalams are mithya. Mithya means they are available for experience. That's all. Like a dream. It came, it was available for experience, it's gone. Similarly, waking also, it came, again I go to sleep. In the sleep state, I have forgotten about the entire waking state, and tomorrow I would have forgotten what happened yesterday. Completely I forget. Maybe a small 10%, 5% of yesterday remains. And that is what it is, the impressions, vasanas, which are remaining in my mind. So similarly, when you get up in the morning, immediately just imagine, what do you think of? Whatever impressions are there of previous experiences, immediately that comes into the mind. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to go there, I have to go here. That is vasana. See, suppose you want to know what is vasana. With your open eyes, we'll never know. But suppose you get up in the morning and your lights are off, and you're yet to put your light on. Before that, just observe your mind. Whatever is bubbling in your mind is vasana. And then you open your eyes and the mind becomes not an object now anymore, it becomes an instrument. You put on the light, you start seeing the world. Mind has become instrument. That means I have lost my sakshi status. I was witness with mind before I put on the light. That time I was a witness to my mind. I am the witness, I saw my mind very clearly. The moment I put on the light, immediately the world comes and then the mind becomes an instrument. I have put on the glasses. That's why I gave the example of spectacles. I put on the spectacles, I've forgotten that I'm wearing a spectacle. I'm wearing a mind and I'm seeing the world. Okay, these examples are very, very, very good examples given by Shankaracharya himself, and it helps me to understand my nature. That's all. Ultimately, I have to say I am the light of consciousness, which is an independently existing thing which does not depend on the physical body, subtle body, or the causal body. The physical body is just only a dress. That's all. Every time you say this is just a dress, I just put on the dress and I'm going to experience the world. Okay, I will hear some sounds, I will see the mobile, I will see some news, I will see, these are all nothing but you get caught up in them. So the instrumental status of the mind overwhelms me, the objective status of the mind, and also the sakshi, the witness of the mind. Ultimately, remember, I am the witness of the mind. Keep that thought all the time. That will help you to withdraw from the mind. Immediately your mind will say, oh, Tattvabodha. I am the witness of the mind. I am not the mind. I am not the objective mind. I am not the instrumental mind. Good. That, yeah. Is it clear, Hanuman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear
Thank you.
concept.
Sugandhi is asking, this is a very, very important point in Vedanta. If I am not any of these 5 koshas, or the 3 bodies, or the 3 shariram, pancha koshas, 3 sharirams, and 3 avasthas. Suppose I am not there. I am not there. Can I say I am nothing then? This is what is called as shunyavadi. This nothingness in Vedanta, this nothingness is discussed in very big detail. The Buddhists have got one school of thought. It is called Shunyavadi Buddhism. What they say is, when I negate everything, there is only nothing. Shankaracharya says, from nothing, nothing can come out. From nothing, world cannot come out. Suppose from nothing the world can come. Waking state can come, sleep state can come, dream state can come from nothing. Then from nothing I can get dishes, I can get mangoes, I can get from nothing, I can get anything in life. It is not the experience of ours. In our normal day-to-day life, we don't experience from nothing I can get something. So Shankaracharya says, your Buddhist theory of nothingness is completely wrong. There is a big discussion of this nothingness in Mandukya Upanishad, which I'll be taking up. I'm discussing Mandukya Upanishad. In the 4th chapter of Mandukya Upanishad, this nothingness is discussed in detail. So, one of the arguments which Shankaracharya uses in this nothingness argument, he says, how do you know this nothingness? There is someone who knows the nothingness. That someone who knows that there is nothing, that someone is Atma. Suppose you go to a room and say, there is nobody in the room. The statement is correct. Nobody is there in the room. But there must be someone who is seeing that there is nobody. Similarly, in the sleep state, there is somebody called as Atma, which is seeing, which is experiencing that nothing is there. That Atma is my real nature. So in meditation, I remove all the thoughts and then I see the blankness. And when I see the blankness, I should say, I am aware of the blankness. I am not the blankness. I am aware of the blankness. I am the witness of the blankness. Blankness is also an object of consciousness. Nothingness is also object of consciousness. I am the subject, which is Atma. In my light, in my presence, I see the nothingness. Okay, Sugandhi, is it clear?
Okay, sir, can understand. Sir, one more thing. In this case, is it the Atma means like the sense of I? The sense of I that witnesses this darkness?
Yes, that's correct. The sense of I is also an Atma, but it is only a reflection of Atma. Okay, in simple terms, what you're saying is correct. At this beginning stages, you should say the sense of I is Atma. I, aham. The moment you get up, you say I. So that I is Atma. I drop everything. That I which is without any without any medium called as the mind or the intellect or a thought or the sense organ, the sense is called as I, which is Atma. Good. I think you're a deep thinker. Very nice. It's keep looking at it like this. That I am without in Vedanta, it is called as objectless awareness. This term is called as objectless awareness, and that is what is I sense. Am I clear?
A bit, sir. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, keep asking, no problem. And that is what you are in your sleep state. You see, in the sleep state, what happens? You are there, but that I am there is also not known in sleep state. See, that is why you should always remember, only with the help of a medium called as the body or mind, this Atma becomes aware. It becomes, oh, I'm existing. That is why in Chandogya Upanishad, they say that Sat. Sat means what? It is pure existence. Chit means pure consciousness. This is the subject we are going to discuss in the next class. Okay, so just wait for the next class. I think a lot of things in your mind will get more clearer. Thank you. Anybody else? Siddhant Singh is asking. Yeah, Siddhant, go ahead.
सर कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हम ऐसा ड्रीम्स देखते हैं जो फ्यूचर में हमारे साथ होता है सो
हम ड्रीम्स देखते हैं. आप क्या बोल रहे हैं?
जो फ्यूचर में होता है फिर हमारे साथ.
हाँ, करेक्ट. जो फ्यूचर में हम होता है उसका भी हम ड्रीम करते हैं. Now, is it true? हाँ, is it true or is it not true?
मैं समझ लाइक.
तो ये जो जब हम फ्यूचर के बारे में सोचते हैं, इसके व्हाट इज द बेसिस ऑफ दिस? वो बोलते हैं कि आई हैव बीन थिंकिंग टू मच अबाउट द फ्यूचर, and then my mind, when it goes to sleep, also thinks about the future, and then it gives some solutions. Oh, this is going to happen and this is going to happen. So that ऐसा होता है. It is because all this is impressions only. It is only vasana. वो सिर्फ वासना है. That is also an object. वो भी सब. और जो मैं हूं, मैं उसको देख रहा हूं. वो दृश्यम है, वो दिखता है मेरे को. जो दिखता है वो मैं नहीं हूं. आई एम, जो मैं हूं, मैं सब्जेक्ट कॉन्शियसनेस हूं, मैं अवेयरनेस हूं, मैं प्योर सत हूं. और बाकी जो कुछ भी है, जो कुछ भी मैं सपने में देखता हूं, वो अलग है, मेरे से अलग है. वो मैं नहीं हूं, वो अलग है. और उसको क्या बोलते हैं? उसको बोलते हैं अनात्मा.
बट वो ट्रू भी होता है कभी
कभी ट्रू हो सकता है. समटाइम्स वो होता है, जो मैंने सपने में देखा हो गया. बट मेनी टाइम्स क्या होता है कि जो सपने में होता है कभी होता ही नहीं. मेनी टाइम्स 99% हम जो सपने में देखते हैं वो कभी जागृत में कभी देखते नहीं.
थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू. एनीबडी एल्स हैज अ क्वेश्चन?
Yeah, I have such. Hanuman, I have Guruji, like one.
Yeah.
Caesar ji, we are learning this subject of Tattvabodha, right? See, through we have different yogas, Gnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, all these yogas we have. But through Gnana Yoga, we are knowing the true self, like Atman, that is the true light. See, having having that knowledge acquired, but still we are seeing the body or whatever happening in the world, right? So all these things are saying like there is, if we realize that yeah, you are the God or you are the real Atman, why there is why we are not helping or surrendering ourselves to the one to you, to the other people.
Okay. See, one thing when you come to study Vedanta, whenever you come to study Vedanta and want to study Bhagavad Gita, and then you want to study and go into the higher level of Upanishads. Up to the level of Bhagavad Gita, we use Bhakti Yoga, which is there in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga, which is there in chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita. So, till the mind is ready, till the mind is ready, you follow Karma Yoga, follow Bhakti Yoga. But a time will come when you study Tattvabodha, your mind will be drawn towards Jnana Yoga. It will not be drawn towards Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. You will say, okay, I have crossed those steps. Those are certain milestones in my spiritual journey. Now I have crossed those. My mind is moving towards Jnana. Then Tattvabodha is the first lesson in Jnana. The moment you come to Tattvabodha, immediately next class you will see what is the definition of Jnana Yoga. Satchidananda Swarupaha. That is Jnana Yoga. Through knowledge I get moksha. Bhakti Yoga, Sashtang Pranam. I surrender, say, oh Lord. That is one methodology. But Veda says that will not lead you to moksha. It will be a stepping Jnana Yoga. The Lord will direct you to a guru who will teach you that what is your own real nature. See, when you come to this Tattvabodha, what are we learning? I am Atma. When you learn I am Atma, what happens? In the later portion of Upanishads, they will teach you that the whole world of experience which we are having, it is only a seeming experience. It is there. Oh, aya chala gaya. It has come, it has gone. Last class came and it went away. Another 10 classes also came and went away. Today's class also has come and gone. So the world which we are experiencing, it is a seeming world. Exactly like the dream world only. The dream world also was there when we experienced it. When we were experiencing, we didn't say it was a dream. For us, it was real. As a dreamer, the dream world is extremely real. The dream tiger is chasing you and you're running, and suddenly you wake up. Till you wake up, you're running in dream. So the dream is real for you, for the dreamer. Similarly, for the waker, the waking world is real. I'm running, I'm going to America, I'm going to Kanpur, I'm traveling, I've got to do so many things. All this is real for a waker. But what Jnana Yoga teaches you is try to rise above the level of the body. Body is going through this. The understanding is what? I am seeing the body acting and I become the body. The moment I told you wake up, mind becomes you, the instrument. I become the mind itself. So throughout the day, I'm using the mind. I don't even realize I'm using the mind and the body, and I keep on acting. I walk, I go to walk, I run, I jog, I do work in the office, all without even knowledge that I am not this body or mind, but I am the consciousness awareness. So it takes a little bit of time. And once you come to Jnana Yoga, you will never go back to the other steps. For example, suppose you're on the 10th step of a ladder and you're about to go on the last step and reach that height. You will never look at the first step and the second step which you have climbed. Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji.
Okay, so you wait for my announcement for the next class. It may not be, most probably, I may not be able to come back to Singapore before Saturday. So my next Saturday, Sunday is a question mark. But in case I do come, I will send you an email. I will send you a WhatsApp message. So wait for the WhatsApp message for the next class. Otherwise, we'll have it the following week. All right. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Dhanyavad. Namaste, Shekharji.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Shekharji.
Thank you.